right, hello and welcome to another TBS Lounge, today without faces. I'm joined by Valerie, who is going to build her first Chupito today.
Hey guys!
All right. We're going to quickly walk through all of the electronics that we prepared, and then we'll just get right on it. We should be finished within like 15 minutes. So, all right, Valerie,
Sure.
let us know what you prepared.
So, of course, first and foremost, I prepared us a DJI in our case, which we're gonna slide in later on. You will see there, it's just mounted in with the screws. The antennas are connected and the cable here is already connected. Then I did prepare the motor mount, where I mounted the motor. Surprise, surprise, no one would have guessed that. Of course, I did put the horns onto the servos, onto both of them.
And the servos have to be centered beforehand.
Yeah.
So how did you center the servos?
I just plugged it into the all-in-one FC. I've also put the servo extensions in. You will see later on why we need them. And finally, I did solder out our receiver, put on the antenna as you do, applied the heat shrink, and last not least, I did plug in our USB cable and soldered on our wonderful GPS.
And if you want to keep this one shorter, there are solder pads on the back, so you can just cut the wire and solder it up. And again, for the servo centering, you just plug this in, you plug in the power, and the servos will be centered, and then you mount the servo horns.
Yeah.
Yeah?
But don't worry, he will show you how to do that in like a few minutes.
Okay. All right, so let's get right to it.
Sure.
Valerie's going to start with the plane's tail.
Yeah. So this is the body of our Chupito.
Grab the electronics.
Sorry.
Out of the way.
With that weight, it shouldn't matter,
Yeah.
but still. And here is like the bottom half of the tail of the Chupito, and this one is the smallest of the 3 carbon rods, which are added to the Chupito kit. And all you're gonna do is you put in the this hole. Which hole? The smaller hole.
The rear one, yes.
Yeah. Maybe not every hole is a hole.
Motor first.
Motor first. You're correct.
We made that mistake in prep like 3 times. And you want to use some glue on the... So we're using this glue, T7000. It's probably like a UHU POR equivalent. Yeah, that's how it smells. So just any kind of like contact glue or all kind of all-purpose glue.
Sure. So I'm gonna apply it on the motor.
No, here. Oh yeah, right. We're gonna glue in the. We're gonna glue in the motor first.
At least I'm not the only one forgetting stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna apply glue probably on this area here.
Yeah, and on the
Sure.
bottom. So,
And on the bottom.
Like here.
Here. Okay. So we're gonna glue in the. We're gonna glue in if the glue comes out.
Oh no, is it stuck already? No.
We got air. We use force. It doesn't work. We're gonna need a pair of scissors or snips.
Oh, fuck. This is the 3rd glue that is all hardened out. Okay, yeah, if you just squeeze like this,
Okay.
stuff will come out.
So, yeah, there we go.
Let me see if I can find another one.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just applying the glue. It takes a lot of force. And trust me, I can work with force. Might have been a problem in the past, breaking stuff because too much force. So, not here though. Yeah, look at that glue. Okay, black on black, you probably see exactly nothing. But trust me, there's some glue on there. Okay, here we go. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna apply some more glue on the other side. And then we're just gonna slide the motor mount into the motor. Yeah, okay. I'm not too worried though if this isn't enough glue, because as you will see later on, we're gonna fixate it with the carbon rod in the tail. So the glue is just more like a precaution. Okay, so it's a little bit finicky putting it in there, but as you can see now it just slides in, or in theory it should just slide in. There we go.
The motor is tricky to get through.
We can do it. I already see the cables. Yeah, just a matter of a little bit of feeling. And we've got the motor mounted. So as you can see here, the connectors are visible. And back here, it's perfectly aligned.
Yeah. And you pull until pull on the motor cables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, until it's flush. Right, so there's a little bit of foam. I think if you show it here.
Yeah.
So this part here needs to be perfectly flush. And then you've got it all the way in. All right, very good.
Okay.
So we're gonna get some better glue in a second. Yes, very good. So this is another. I don't know what the hell that says. Maybe somebody can translate it for us. But this glue is again a copy of the Yoo-hoo pour. So here you go.
Sure.
This one should be much easier.
Do I glue the carbon rod? Does not
Yes,
make sense.
just
Okay.
a little bit. Just a little bit of glue into the hole.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit forward so that people can see.
Sorry.
Yeah. So just a little bit of glue into the hole, and then just push the carbon rod down.
Okay. So we have some glue above the hole, and we're just pushing the carbon rod in.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna apply to the side here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just all over. No particular place.
There we go. And probably on the plane as
Yeah.
well.
No, if you put enough glue on here, you won't need to put any on the plane.
Fair enough. So just gonna slide it in here. Nice. Oh, look at that fit.
Yeah.
Gotta love it. Okay, so carbon rod is in there. Motor mount can't move a thing, even though you probably wouldn't have needed the glue.
Yeah,
Better
the
apply
glue
always
is,
glue.
glue is not that necessary, but eventually, like this here, will fall off without glue. So, just better to have some. Okay, then the
Nice.
next step is gonna be the antenna into the vertical fin. So we're gonna put this. You can see the antenna and the receiver. So you put a little bit of glue onto the antenna here, and then just squeeze in the antenna.
Okay, so I'm gonna defile the TBS logo with glue.
Yes.
That feels forbidden. And just gonna slide it in here. Okay, so this is nice and snug. And now we're gonna have to get the receiver through the hole here. You probably can't see it, but let me just show you. And we're gonna be through in a second.
Yeah, you need some help. Just pull the cable,
Okay.
yeah, and then it should.
Oh, nice. Okay. So, and here's the second hole.
You need to, loop in.
This is not a one-hand act. Wait, let me get a little bit closer and maybe give it a little bit more wiggle room by sliding it back a tiny bit. Yep, while I'm gonna figure that out, Trappy is gonna...
Yeah, I'm gonna be gluing in the servos. So for the servos, like I said before, Valerie has already centered them. we're gonna use a lighter that I've prepared somewhere, right over here, to heat up the servo push rods that are probably down there.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
Okay. So you grab a servo push rod, heat it up just slightly. Then you look at the servo, you count 3 holes from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, push in. And that's the first servo prepared. We're gonna burn a second time. Gonna look for the second servo. Again, we count 3 holes from the bottom. 1, 2, 3. And squeeze through. There we go. So now it's perfectly aligned. We're gonna let this thing here cool down so it doesn't overheat the servo horn. And we're gonna take the second push rod and we're gonna slide it in. I think it's from the top. So we go like this. Servo horn is gonna be like this. So we go from the back in and over like this. Okay, I'm gonna do this off camera while Valerie finishes the top.
Figured out what's the magic step here. If you don't put the antenna completely in the top of the tail, it's actually pretty easy to kind of like align. And now we can simply push it in, pull on the receiver, and again, now we're gonna have our
You're
very
gonna
nice
need to put some glue.
fit, which we're gonna have checked now, so we can apply the glue.
Okay, servos are prepared, and we basically just put a little bit of glue into the bottom of the tray, and we put more glue around here. So, like this, glue it in. Oh, I forgot. Of course, we need to run the cable in. Sorry about that. Didn't show that properly. Let's pull it out one more time. So we run the cable in here. Servo's glued down. Close it off, and we'll let this dry for a couple of minutes. All right. And on the other side here, you can see this is the ball joint. If you are properly prepared, you'll actually measure this out beforehand. But in our case, I think we just got lucky. All right. So I'm going to repeat this process on the other side. And yeah, Valerie, where are you at?
I finished the tail, so now it's glued on, and you can see it's done, more or less. We can see the receiver is just flailing around here, and we're gonna fix it with a little bit of double-sided tape. Maybe our little
The assistant. Double-sided tape, please. Chop, chop.
Okay, so the all-in-one needs a few components, or I need a few components to actually use it. It's the GPS, as I've mentioned beforehand.
Oh, are you looking for the GPS double-sided tape?
That also would be nice.
That's in the box.
The
in
box
the
is empty.
component box. It's empty.
So it was in the component box.
It should have been there, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, but we're getting double-sided. We're gonna get double-sided tape anyway.
But it's not as pretty.
Well, here it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Perfect. So that's actually it, isn't it? Like we need this receiver, we need our air unit, we need our GPS, and the USB cable.
Yeah.
So, I would say we would continue by plugging in the motor because that's kind of like
That's kind of the first step, yeah.
to do. So here's the cable we pulled through earlier, and it's just like plug in, you're done. You guys can see it, yeah. Then the receiver goes on this side, here next to the GPS and the USB. It's nicely labeled, so that's nice, because I might have been in the past been able to switch plugs. It wasn't that successful. Okay, and so the receiver is plugged in. Maybe we're gonna twirl it a little bit so it's tidier later on. There we go. Okay, so next two components are done. Yeah. Next one would be the GPS. So the GPS comes with this double-sided round tape thingy. We're just gonna remove fingernails. Very MVP. The protection thingy. And again, simply plug it on top. The GPS is the connector more to the front. So again, I'm just gonna twirl it a little bit so it looks a little bit tidier. Not that I'm overly concerned with tidiness in this build. Or any other build, to be fair. Nice. Okay. And finally, we're gonna have to plug in the USB cable. Again, as Trappy said, you could have actually cut it and soldered it on here, but I have a track record of switching ground and voltage pins, so whenever I can, I try not to solder anything. Which I like. Okay, cool, nice. Trappy.
All right, well done. So electronics are fully done.
Yeah.
Tail is fully built up.
Yeah.
I've prepared the servos, so the glue is drying on the servos 1 and 2. And now the last step for the wings is in this little baggie. There are screws and nuts, and we're gonna just push the screw through and nut on the other side. I hope we have the right tools for this. Tanga? Do we have some? So like you would basically have some pliers to hold the nut, and too much Red Bull. Okay, so small nut here and a screw, and that's gonna go through and secure. All right. So we hold the screw, the nut, push the screw through. Maybe this side here, I've already prepared it nicely. Okay. And it doesn't really matter if you go with the screw from this side or from that side. Just through on one side, and then latch it in here. Hang on, I'm gonna need to look closer. My eyes are getting old.
Just your eyes?
Just the eyes. Everything else is still fresh.
Okay, so in the meantime, I'm gonna cut some double-sided tape just to tape down the components.
All right, where's the screwdriver?
You need the 1.5
I think so, yeah.
Of. Let's take this one.
This one, thank you.
Welcome.
So for some reason it's not going through. I'm just going to use violence on the screwdriver and just start screwing away. And eventually Eventually it's gonna go in. All right, and then here we go with the nut. All right, and that's it. So you try and wiggle a little bit. A little bit of wiggle is fine, like 1/4 of a millimeter. You don't want to have it overly tight. Okay, and in terms of linkage, you'll be able to see, like we're right there, and we can actually trim this piece off later on, so that in case of a crash, nothing latches onto your linkages. And if you look from the top, it's right at the same level. So 3 holes from the bottom, that's where you want to be. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing here on the second wing. Valerie, let us know where you're at.
Yeah, I'm trying to decide on which side I'm gonna place the double-sided tape for the receiver, so we can bind it later on very easily. Do you have any tips for that? Because that's
The receiver, because it's a crossfire receiver, it's actually already in bind mode, so you don't need to worry about it.
oh, perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna plug the.
But for other people, you would have to try and bind it before you do all of this gluing stuff.
Yeah, that would have been wise, but I don't have to do it, which I of course knew beforehand. Okay, sorry, you guys don't see anything if I make it, if I take the plane to me. Yeah, we're gonna just kind of like slide the all-in-one back here while trying to keep the cables we're gonna need later on, like the servo cables in the front, and just very gently with no force at all. Yeah, here we go. There we go.
A little bit of force is necessary to get the XT60. I think you just noticed, right?
Yeah.
Because it is a tight fit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mhm.
Okay, and now you got to line up. Like there will be holes here.
Yeah.
And one thing we forgot to mention on the all-in-one, we actually clipped the tabs.
Oh yeah, I can show you.
According to the scoring.
So if you look back here, you can see it's a slightly uneven edge. I'm gonna try to angle it so you can see.
Yeah, right there. Right there. It's cut.
Yeah, and if you compare it to the front one, that was a really easy process. I was highly afraid of that.
Oh no, it's pre-cut already, kind of from the mold.
Yeah, just wire cutters and snip snap. It was off.
Here's the 2 screws. For
Yeah. Okay, and we are fit again. Our important connections are up front. We don't block the GPS, and we're gonna slide our USB connector to the front. There we go. And just stuff the extra long cable to the back. And no one will ever know, except all of you who watched it.
Okay, I lost my screwdriver.
Typical.
Yep. I think it's the 3rd time, and I've only used it twice. Is it like behind the thing?
No,
Yeah.
that's not
Yes.
possible that I would hide your screwdriver.
Yeah, no, of course not.
No. Okay. So, tape removed. I'm gonna cut the edges. Ah,
Oh yeah, this is a very good scissor.
yeah.
It's not fucked at all.
There we go. Okay, nice.
All right. So actually, that's pretty much it. So I've only built the wings, guys. Okay. So I glued in the servos, I screwed in this, screwed in that, and we are pretty much done. Oh no. And the DJI. Okay, it's just the DJI stuff that's missing.
Yeah. So, thankfully, I didn't.
Screw it in yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I can still remove it, slide it out. Again, the DJI stuff is just our typical cable. We're gonna put it in. I might have. Yeah. Okay. Nah, that looks good.
Have you already decided what you're gonna do with these antennas?
I like the googly eye look when they just
Okay.
sticking
So we're
out of
gonna
the
have
head.
them cut here.
Yeah.
And in order to do that, we will use some cutters.
Let me just cable manage this. Okay. And again, this one can go back there. These one are fine. Nice. Okay.
All right. All good.
Awesome.
So this angle looks about right, or
Yeah.
more down, or where would you want?
No, I like them here, this way.
Okay. All right.
Which I guess isn't perfect antenna placement.
Electronically speaking, no, but visually, that's the perfect spot to put them.
I learned the hard way that apparently there is an art, and the hard way was a lot of people telling me I was wrong.
Well, I just don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Okay, so again, we've got the cage here that's kind of prepared. It's going to slide in to the front here with just a little bit of force. And then we're going to take those antennas and we're just going to squeeze them in like so. 1 and 2. And after the video is over, we're gonna glue right here. We're gonna shut this off with hot glue just so that it's closed and it looks nicer. And that's pretty much it,
I mean,
I
we
think.
have
Oh, the
the
this thing here?
battery bay.
the battery bay with the battery strap, which is right here. So in terms of CG, the battery is gonna rest between here. So, well, actually depends. This is the battery that you decided to use, right?
Yeah.
So this is a 1306S, which is probably gonna be somewhere around here. So we will put the battery strap further on the back here, and also you're using this, so we'll be able to just glue this on at the end. So just widen it up as much as possible. All right, we're gonna loop this in. This cable here, so this is the DJI cable. We're gonna try and run this through the provided cable channel. And you don't really have to worry too much about where it's gonna be positioned, just because you can slide it back and forth later. You're gonna struggle feeding it in if you don't do that ahead of time. That's all. Okay. And, well, we are going to need a lot of fucking glue. Yeah, this is going to be fun. It's I don't know, can people actually see this? So we should have went out and bought new glue, but instead
We went out and bought ramen, which
we,
I
yeah,
honestly preferred.
yeah. And now we have to deal with shitty glue, but it's fine. Point of this video is kind of to show how easy it is to build. So even without any kind of preparation, and we obviously didn't read the manual. I think that should be clear. We were basically able to build this plane in, I don't know, how long have we been streaming? Probably about 20 minutes. Where does it say? 32 minutes. Okay, there we go. So 32 minutes. Perfectly in. We forgot the battery strap, but it's not that important because we're going to be using this thing here anyway. So actually, like to attach the battery, it's kind of pointless because in a crash, it's going to come flying anyway. So if you just put on like this, I don't know what this is. This is like some kind of like a single side Velcro. That will just hold it down well enough for flight, and in the crash, it's going to come flying out through the front anyway.
Do we still want to attach the wings, just so we can see the whole
Yes.
plane together?
Yes.
Because I want to do that.
Here you go. Here are the wings.
Awesome.
You've got the 2 spars here.
Yeah. So
let's clean up.
Okay, you clean up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put in the spars.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the way I like it.
one thing we forgot. Those 2 screws.
Well, so we're now gonna screw in the all-in-one.
Yeah, the flight controller does need to be screwed in. It might help.
Please do that. So screwing it in, I'm doing it off camera because it's easier to hold this way. But it's honestly very easy.
Oh, and while Valerie's doing this, we've had a couple of questions where the CG mark is at. Here. You see that? Right here. This is where the CG mark is at. So you basically take your fingernails like this, and you balance the plane on it like that. And you would prefer it to fall forward slowly. Very, very slowly. Like within like 3 to 4 seconds, it'll basically tip over to the front. That's the kind of speed that you're looking for.
So I'm just putting in the spars so we get a better picture of how it looks.
Here you go.
Wing number 1.
Wing number 1, wing number 2.
Wing number 2. So I just slide through the spars in the wing. Okay, nice. Best birthday present ever. Okay, there we go. And you guys can be part of the last final moment.
Boom.
Bam!
There we go. You still have to plug in these.
Yeah.
I suggest to do it while you have power so that you can actually see that it's right or wrong. And, oh, we have one last thing. We got to bind.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to just plug in the power and wait for the magic smoke to clear.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So this is my tango.
Welcome to Tango 2.
All right. And now we go into the bind screen. Hang on. Can people read what's on this? Oh, probably not. No. Anyway, it says HTX on it. And that's why I hope it will bind. I'm not actually 100% sure. Oh, we have to do the software update to secret version, which we can't show here. Okay, all right, good. So it's going to do the software update for us. Is there anything that we forgot?
Well, I'm gonna have to set it up and then I'm gonna have to do some maidens. But I think we have to put in the O-ring.
Yes, so the O-ring will hold the two wing parts together.
Yeah.
The best way to do that is with a screwdriver. So you hook it on one side and then hook it onto the thing and...
Okay. I'm gonna try to do it on camera. I'm not gonna promise anything. There we go. Okay. And just go over there and slide it down. This was more painless than I expected.
Yeah, same. There is a CLI dump on the website. So if you go to the TBS Chupito website, you can download a CLI dump for iNav 8. You basically connect to your USB right here, and then you load up the CLI dump. We've already done this beforehand, so that's why everything is pretty much ready right now. If you want, there are stickers available that you can place. We'll do that off camera.
And after the first flight.
And after the first flight, yes, that's for good luck. And yeah, that's it, pretty much. Under 40 minutes to TBS Chupito completely built. There are obviously better videos out there from Painless 360 who goes into much more detail about all of the electronics. We just wanted to give you a very quick overview to show you how you can build one probably within an hour and a half maybe with prep, right?
Yeah.
So about an hour and a half with prep. And once this HTX thing, whoa, right on cue, it bound. Well, no, it hasn't bound yet, but RX is loading. Don't interrupt. Binding. Let's go.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah. Well, this is the first, at least on-camera HTX bind, so we do expect it not to work. But anyway, we'll get it working. What does the software engineer say?
Probably just
Exit. Bind again. Bind. We probably crashed the receiver.
yeah.
All right. Anyway, this is a prototype, so don't worry about it. If you have like actual production firmware, this is gonna work just fine. And yeah, that's pretty much it. We're gonna glue in the Velcro strap and then maiden it. Thank you very much. Thank
Have
you
a
very
nice
much,
day.
Valerie.
No problem.
All right. Take care. Bye bye.